Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Ann and welcome to today's video. I'm so excited to chat with you guys about these books. I have finally reached 20 books of the year so far. It is May. I read 12 books this past month. Insane. I don't think I've ever read that many books in a month. Anyway, I don't think I've ever read that many books in a month, and I figured these would be fun to do throughout the year versus I feel like it's kind of repetitive when I'm like, oh, here's what I read this week, and then I give a review. So I don't know. We're gonna test it out. I'm gonna put this out there, and if you guys have watched my other reading videos and this feels like something that might be repetitive, then just skip over this video. I've read 12 books this month, so that's gonna be mainly what I'm going mostly in depth. I'll go over like the synopsis and stuff for the other books, but these I'm gonna go a little more in depth than I normally would. So let's go over the 12 books I read this month, and we'll get into the rest of the 20 that I've read so far this year. Anyhow, okay, so this month I set a goal. This year I had no clue I would finish it so fast, but I have been dying to finish the Magnolia Park series, and that I did. The last book absolutely wrecked me in the best way. I had to read it fast because I was like, oh, I can't do this torture. Like I have to figure out what happens. I filmed like a reading vlog sort of with it, so I kind of talk about it in there, but I guessed a lot of the things that would happen, and Jessa, I'm so grateful she made it 700 pages because it needed all the things that happened in that book to tie it up like so perfectly in a bow. Okay, had to clear some storage. Anyway, she ended the series on like such a beautiful note. I have no notes for her. And just such a beautiful love story. I love it. I love it so much. Jessa Hastings just has a way about her writing that is just transports you. It's so magical. She just is so poetic and like the everyday words and whatnot that it just makes her writing insane. So all that to be said, I read Magnolia Park's Long Way Home and Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. Long Way Home I gave 4.75 because 4.75 stars because I just couldn't give it the 5-star, but Long Way Home 5-star all the way. It's my third 5-star of the year. And then sticking with Jessa Hastings, I did also read The Conditions of Will in April, and I think it was one of my first reads of the month. It's what really got me on this kick. But it was so beautiful. It's a story about all the things. Georgia lives in London, and she is super smart, comes up from a wealthy Southern family, and she left London, which we find out in the book, reasons why she got shipped off to London. And she is like, I'm trying to think of the right word. It's not psychology, but she can read people's body language. So that was really interesting because I did do psychology for a while, and so I always find that sort of stuff like super interesting. It plays into the book a lot, but anyway, she basically comes home for, she and her brother are like the black sheep of the family, and they come home for their dad's funeral, and her brother brings his AA sponsor, who is Sam, and immediately sparks fly at the airport. She thinks Sam is gay. He's not. And it's pretty immediate connection and like love, but typically I wouldn't go for that, but I really loved how Jessa wrote it. It was just like so gorgeous. I feel like it's a little more relatable, especially if you're from the South or you have ever experienced interesting like family dynamics. Yeah, so I felt like it was a lot more relatable, even though it's still a wealthy family. They're from the South, so I relate to that a lot. And so, yeah, it kind of shows like the ugly side of family dynamics. And I feel like if you're from the South and it's like everyone tries to be so perfect and nothing is really as it seems, lots of that. And yeah, I just love the story between Sam and Georgia. It was beautiful. And per usual, so many twists and turns. I don't want to give anything away. Like, I'm trying my best. And in the end, like, Jessa just does such a gorgeous job of tying up books with a bow. I say that a lot, but this book was so beautiful. Like, it stuck with me. It's stuck with me all month. And I think I was sobbing for like 2 or 3 days after I read it. But yeah. Anyway, I had a few rereads. I reread Funny You Should Ask, and I think, yeah, I did separate videos on this. So Funny You Should Ask and Every Summer After. I just finished Every Summer After. So good. It's like the perfect summer lake read, beach read, whatever you want to call it. Like, that and beach read are my 2 number 1 like beachy reads I suggest to people. Both are beautiful. I rated Every Summer After 4.25. I did a video where I reread 5-star reads, and those were part of the video. So if you want more in-depth like review of them, go watch that. Oh, Great Big Beautiful Life. So I did a vlog where I like read it. I wish I would have taken my time to talk a little more about it in said vlog, because now, or I wish I would have waited before I talked about it, because now I feel like a little different than I did then. It's grown on me and I love it. Okay. It's different than, I think what like made it feel so off for me is I'm used to one style of Emily Henry writing, as a lot of people are, and that's a lot of the backlash that I've seen over the book itself. But I loved it. It was like a mix of Emily Henry and Evelyn Hugo. The only critique I have, I think I gave it a 4. Yeah, I gave it a 4.5. The only critique I really had is I wish there would have been more backstory and like character development for Hayden and what's her name? Mostly for Hayden, a little for Alice. We do get a little more of Alice's story, but I just feel like there wasn't much to go off for Hayden in my opinion. But anyway, I loved it. Still gave it a 4.5. At Summer in the City, you guys, I think I've already talked about this as well, but it was so good. Such a fun like summer New York City rom-com, like giving early 2000 vibes. I read Let Them this month, and like these I've all gone over, but if you haven't heard Let Them and you're living under a rock, it's a self-help. It is a self-help book. It is a theory from Mel Robbins, and she goes into details, and it's basically about not letting people control your life and letting people do what they're gonna do, because you're not in control of any of it. It's really good if you're a people pleaser. Go read that. And then I read some summer reads. So I read The 5-Star Weekend and The Rumor by Ellen Hildebrand. I loved both. I liked The 5-Star Weekend a little more. I thought The Rumor was good. It just isn't one of my favorite Ellen Hildebrand books I've ever read, but I gave it a 3.75 and The 5-Star Weekend a 4.25. 5-Star Weekend covers a lot, like grief, love, second chance romance, all the things. And I thought it was just like so good, and you could find anything to take away no matter like how old or where you are in your life. And The Rumor is good. It's just, I don't know, I feel like the best way is like it's the grapevine. Like it's giving the story of the grapevine, and there's like different rumors going on throughout the summer. There's like a lot of things happening behind closed doors. Things once again aren't as they seem, and so in that way, like it's a fun little cheeky read for summer, but it just wasn't my fave. So that was all of the April reads. I can't believe I read 12 books in April. But getting to the rest of the year, I think I sat down and talked about this already. Like I did a more in-depth, I know I keep saying this, but I think I did a more in-depth, like going over what I'd read so far in the year, but I just wanted to do this full video now that I've read all my April reads, and I haven't really done a monthly recap for April. I finished another series. I finished 2 books this year so far in another series called The 7 Sisters. There's 7 sisters, so there's 7 books. I honestly might there might be more, because I'm thinking that she'll probably do like the mom and dad as well. But anyway, so far 7 books I think, and they're really cute, like fun beachy reads, very like Hallmarky, and still has like a little small town drama in there. It's based in a town I lived in Florida called Amelia Island, and so that's what really drew me to the series. So I read those 2. I'll Have What She's Having by Chelsea Handler. I love this memoir. I thought it was so good. And it really shows another side of Chelsea that I never knew about. And yeah, going on with the comedy slash memoir, You Can't Have It All by Stassi Schroeder. I read that as well. I read that as well. I thought it was good. I think Stassi's funny. Isn't my favorite like comedy slash memoir ever. No, it was like a fun cheeky read. If you don't know the lore, Stassi was on Vanderpump Rules for like, I don't know, like 10 years. Her kind of brand is being doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks. She is like funny, but she, you know, everything she says I do take sometimes with a grain of salt. Next, which I think that was my first read of the year, is Wedding People. Was that my first read? I can't remember. Wedding People, 5-star read. I just got the physical copy last month for book of the month. And it is seriously so good. It does have a lot of trigger warnings like suicide, ideation, like that kind of stuff. But if you can read it and you can get through it, it's so good. It took me about like 100 pages to really get in. I think a lot of people, it takes them a little bit to get in, but once you get in, it's such a beautiful story. It has like the perfect balance, weight, heaviness, like real life stuff going on, and humor. So I literally was like crying one page, laughing the next, smiling the next. So love that. And like I said, it was one of my 3 5-star reads so far this year. Next is The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie. I saw my friend say it was super impactful to listen to. So I listened to the audiobook and it was powerful, even more powerful to hear her story through her voice. And oh my gosh, she needs to be a writer because she took something that was like so horrible and real life and just like unimaginable to have to live through and turned it into this beautiful, heartbreaking book. And she really was such a good writer for being so young. So I really hope she continues to write in her adulthood because I can just totally see her becoming the next big thing. Next, another almost 5-star read was The Texas Murders by James Patterson and Andrew Burrell. It's a part of a series, a James Patterson series. I think the first one was Texas Outlaw. I can't remember the second one, but it's just such a good thriller slash mystery. It takes place in Texas, West Texas. It just pulled me in. I don't know if it was like the Texan part in me or like what, but it just pulled me in, and I think I finished it in like a day or two. And James Patterson, there's just no one does it like James Patterson. No one's a perfect thriller, especially of Texas roots like I do. I was just like sucked in so fast. James Patterson just like writes the best mystery slash thrillers, and my goal this year is to read more of his because he's just so good at what he does. Anyhow, moving on, another celebrity memoirs. I have 2. The first is Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. Moving forward, I've decided I'm not going to be rating books that are like celebrity memoir, nonfiction, like, you know, like self-help books. I don't think I'm going to rate them anymore. I've seen a lot of people talk about it, how they don't, and it just doesn't feel right. Like, it's not my place to judge your life story. I will say Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing was impactful for me because I am also like a recovering addict, but I got really confused. I listened to the audiobook and it was a lot of like back and forth. So the writing style itself, I did get a little thrown off, but such a sad story and such a sad ending to a sad story. So anyway, the next one is Inside Out, Demi Moore. I had seen like so many people that I follow be like, this is such a good celebrity memoir if you're a woman and like you like reading celebrity memoirs, you have to read this one. And it was so good. I had no clue about anything she had gone through in life, and oh god, it was heartbreaking, it was beautiful, it was sad, it was all the things, and it made me so sad because I really wanted her to win the Oscar for Best Actress. And we're almost done. I did miss one from my April, and that is Elizabeth of East Hampton. It's a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, a modern retelling of Pride and Prejudice. I thought it was cute, fun summer read. I have another goal for the next, I probably won't, I don't think I'll finish it this year, but I would like to read all of Jane Austen's books. I saw them today and they had these beautiful like special edition ones at Books A Million. But anyway, that is the goal of 2025, 2026. TBD. So that's all I've read so far. I've started 8 million books this past week, but I have not finished any more. My goal for May, I pulled 8 from the TBR, but I think it's probably gonna be 10. But TBD, I have so many new books that are coming out that I'm so excited for. And yeah, I've had so much fun creating the bookish, booktube content this month more. And so yeah, all right, I love you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed this video. Those are my reads so far 2025, and I'm ready to keep on reading. Mwah.